If peace is there available to you, happiness is. In this moment, you can choose to see it, choose to accept it, feel it and be it. In this very first step, you appreciate what you already have, although you are not satisfied with it, but it is essential in order to start being wealthy, is to be grateful for what you already have, so make a list of things you have and can be grateful for. Please do not think that you have nothing to be grateful for, because right now, at this moment there are millions of people in worse situation than yours, and they will always be, so it means that you should be grateful at least for the things that the other ones does not have. And then the second step now is to start being wealthy. Being wealthy starts from accepting, appreciating what you already have, because this is positive abundant being, thinking and feeling. Using this basis, you start the second inner stage, being wealthy. You may say, well, that sounds great in theory, but I just had to declare bankruptcy and my spouse left me and my dog was killed and everything isn't all right at all. It doesn't seem like everything is all right for me now. And I say to you that there's so many cancer victims that says cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me, but when they were diagnosed with it, that was a very bad day. I mean a very bad day. But a year later, 5 years later, whatever it happened to be, they will look back and say it was the most beautiful thing that ever happened, and for a variety of reasons. It may have helped them build strength, it may have helped them learn discipline, it may have helped them believe in magic and miracles, it may have helped them believe in realizing the beauty of each moment. I don't know what that is, but what I am suggesting here is that this moment, if the wife did leave or the husband and the dog died and whatever else happens to have been there, 5 years perspective will give you a different view of this moment in reality. So if that 5 years perspective is available to you 5 years from now, it's available to you right now. The entire key to life is what you focus on. It's a fundamental law in psychology that you get more of whatever you focus on. And that you have to look for that benefit. So when something happens, if you focus on, what could the potential benefits of this be? It takes your mind in a whole new direction that creates a completely different reality for you, than if you start instead focusing on what you don't like about what has happened. If you end up focusing on whatever it is that you perceive to be bad, and then you will get more of those kinds of feelings. You have the eyes of misery and you will look for more misery to come shortly. It's always like that. So please accept the real fact that you are able to be happy and wealthy right now. Remember that none of the wealthy people today could have, at the time when they were not wealthy, predicted and planned the exact chain of events that would lead to their wealth. Big part of them are not the geniuses you think they are, usually they are common people like you, nothing better, just with a wider view and wealthy consciousness. It's sure that they had a set of goals and a plan, but any one of them will tell you that they met during their journey to wealth a lot of coincidences and opportunities that they may think as miracles, and luck presented itself in ways they could never have planned in advance. The ways that led to them become rich were completely unforeseen. You shall now see how to make them happen in your life. You may not be able to predict their exact steps, but you can certainly make these lucky coincidences happen to you every day of your life, just following the 4 steps to creation: being, thinking, feeling and acting. You are about to develop wealth consciousness, and do you want to know why? Because you are starting to figure out that your way didn't work, even if it is what you thought to be the truth, it is exactly the opposite. They told you that you have to work hard for the money, and you worked very hard but still didn't achieve your financial goals. So do you want to continue to subscribe to this point of view? Wealth consciousness is only and exclusively a state of being. States of being have to be experienced, and writing and reading cannot represent experience and feelings, they can only show the concept, explain how. Please start to experience it. Rich people get richer because they are no longer attached to the desire of making it rich, although some of them are and the most often lose it all. Poor people are obsessed about not being able to afford this or that, or constantly worry about the next unpaid bill. They are attached to this thinking process and so they attract scarcity. Remember, misery seeks company. Be wealthy, from your inside. Once you do, avoiding success and wealth will become really impossible. Yes, you read this correctly. Once you have learned to live with a wealth consciousness, it will be very difficult for you to not have success and wealth. Success and wealth will follow you automatically whatever you will do, and if you do not believe it, just try. It does not cost you money and you can make only money out of it. You will be free to experience other aspects of life. The same goes with happiness, health, and relationships. This book is not only about material things. Wealthy being and thinking must be applied also to your health and relationships. At the end of this book you shall know how to create all the wealth and happiness you ever wished for and dreamed of, without any kind of limits. As great scientist Albert Einstein said, there are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. So why not to start today to see each and every event in our life as a miracle? Try it out, for a while, and see the results. Start to think of the world, in an opposite way of what you know until today, because the opposite is the true. You have been misled, you are totally unconscious of the basis upon which you think and your life is now happening to you, without you knowing how to really take control of it. Every valid tool, scientific as well as spiritual, which can enrich our lives, should not be neglected. From now on you will start to be open-minded because you want to be wealthy, and this is the only way to succeed. Remain always receptive and open-minded. If you learn the history of successful businesses you will see that people with less education and knowledge than yours are wealthier, and that is because they have the wealth imagination, consciousness, needed in order to become wealthy. Richard Branson is best known for his thrill-seeking spirit and outrageous business tactics. He dropped out at the age of 16 and started his first successful business venture, Student Magazine. Today he is the owner of the Virgin brand and its 360 companies. His companies include Virgin Megastore and Virgin Atlantic Airway. The same is true for Coco Chanel, Michael Dell, Walt Disney, Henry Ford, Bill Gates, that like the others was a college dropout. He started the largest computer software company, Microsoft Corporation, after attending one semester of college. Steve Jobs worked for Atari before co-founding Apple Computers. Now without the computers in their name, Apple includes innovative products such as the iPod, iTunes, and most recently the iPhone and iPad. So being wealthy is not a matter of knowledge or education as you may see, it's only and exclusively a matter of fully developed wealth consciousness. As said in the prophet Ezekiel's vision, open thy mouth, and eat that I give thee, Ezekiel 2-8. The successful people see the world as abundant. In this verse there it's hidden a very strong and powerful secret. God says, open your mouth and I will fill your mouth with food to eat. Open the mouth means, be receptive, believe I am feeding you all your needs and desires, but in order to get them you first have to open your mouth. Let go your scarcity beliefs and start living with an attitude of a wealthy man that knows that he is going to get what he wants from this world, for sure. There is no lack of supply, only a lack of demand from your part. You have a limit of supply though engraved in your mind, and you are asking only to get to this limit. You are not aware of it, of course. You have to claim what you want, not what you don't want. Most people complain and tell themselves, I do not want to see more bills this week, I do not want to get fired, I do not want to lose this money. And what is actually happening is that they are receiving what they are asking, more bills, being fired from your work, lose money, and so on. This is the movie they saw in their mind and now it is being projected in the tether of their own life. No one else can limit you. You and only you can limit yourself, so if you want to limit yourself, you are most welcome to a poor life. Just continue to do it the way you are doing it now. You are an expert in creating lack and scarcity. There is no doubt about it. You cannot argue with hard facts. The reality you are living in is exactly what you are afraid of.